spent all my money. I made a fool of myself. This one is for love. And this one is for Valentine's. This one is for romance. This one is for Elizabeth Barrett Browning. This is for How Do I Love Thee? This is for...
But yet you still in the midst of darkness, meaning doing opposite to the light, opposite to the laws. You are now in direct error, and you are now considered a liar. Now we know no liar can get the kingdom. See, people do all those funny little things, man. You know, oh, you know, I'm gonna what's the company? There's a company that just built their fortune off of people wanting to be in love. Hallmark.
Oh yeah.
It ain't one of their cards. You lost. They built a fortune off of somebody wanting to be in love. Aside to
Step in the name of love.
and we know what he all about. It's now being considered a taboo to even mention his name.
I know that's right.
Now, read on.
Verse 7. But if we walk in the light, as he is in the light, we have fellowship one with another. And the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleans us from all sin.
So now, if you are following Christ, you're supposed to ask yourself a question. When did Christ walk around doing Valentine's Day? Didn't happen. Well, brother, you're taking the scriptures too literal, and you know, you're not using a proper exegesis of the scriptures. See, this is all about love. Bethel, what's love according to the Bible?
1 John 5 and 3.
Let's go there. 1 John 5 and 3.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Come on.
That we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not grievous. It's not hard to do these things. Not hard. What's so hard about having no other gods? Well, I'll tell you what's hard about it is when a person's in the midst of lust. All right? Full-blown lust. Now, go to the website, Ymir. Hit that first paragraph.
IsraeliteSaintsOfChrist.org. Valentine's and Cupid. Since when does God fuse paganism within his doctrine? But we find the craftiness of Christianity once again.
Oh my gosh, you about to learn something. When did ever the Most High say, you know what? You see, the Zidonians, they have Astaroth. I want you to take Astaroth and I want you to sacrifice it on that day. The Most High has never fused any pagan day with his days at all. Any ideology with his. That's why I keep trying to show brothers over and over again about what Christianity has brought in. You got to reevaluate that thing. Some of y'all be like, well, Christianity didn't bring in Valentine's Day. Okay, read on, Ymir.
The introduction of Valentine's Day was brought about by the claims of martyrology.
Those who've been martyred in Christianity, they read on. You know what a martyr is, Jake? Somebody who died for in Christianity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody who was well. If you look at it, the apostles they were killed. They were martyrized. Okay, so read on.
And to create feasts to these martyrs, chosen by the method of martyrology, is a catalog or list of martyrs and other saints and BT arranged in the calendar order of their anniversaries of feasts.
So see, you didn't realize something that for Valentine's Day, the church had, once again, Christianity had their hands all dug off in there. Now they done set up a calendar in which they can have a day set aside to martyrize these folks who was in the church movement. Read on.
Local martyrologies record exclusively the custom of a particular church. Local lists were enriched by names borrowed from neighboring churches. Consolidation occurred by the combination of several local martyrologies, with or without borrowings from literal sources. Note, one of these literary sources that shines the light on black people ruled in Europe is Saint Bede, or the Venerable Bede. He is well known as an author and a scholar, and his most famous work.
Let me tell you something. Just because you can find black people doing something, you better not follow that. You better not follow if you start to follow that, just because we were in it, you're going to be in every doctrine known to man. I got you. Read on.
Ecclesiastical history of the English people gained him the title, the father of English history. In this document, he clearly shows black King Athelstan presenting the work to Saint Cuthbert. The saints are only Israel, Psalms 148 and 14. He also exhorted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel. A people near unto him, praise ye the Lord.
Let me see who I'm going to ask this question to. Somebody got to know this. Jay, so glad you slumped down and look like you have a real nice nap happening. Christianity. Give me some information.
Shalom, happy Sabbath, everybody. Christianity, modern Christianity is the result of these scriptures mixed with paganism and, of course, lies of Esau. You have a bunch of doctrines that was brought in during the Edict of Thessalonica, Council of Nicaea, and so forth.
Okay. I mean, I like that. If you need to see about Christianity, you go see Jay. He done been reading on it for the last year. This is one of his assignments. See, brothers have to have different assignments to keep your mind like, okay, I'm going to focus on this particular doctrine right here, crush it. All right? Because they come with all type of trickery. All this stuff is only self-evident. This is how we keep getting in trouble. Because a lot of the lies that surround everything. So I got to stick to the Bible. All right? Jump down the history of Valentine, Ymir.
History of Valentine. The day first became associated with romantic love within the circle of Geoffrey Chaucer in the 14th century, when the tradition of courtly love flourished. Renaissance era, when the so-called white man started to rebuild. The Lord said, Malachi 1 and verse 4, they should build, but I will throw down, and they should call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
Indignation means righteous anger. Come on.
Now, in the 18th century, England, it evolved into an occasion in which lovers expressed their love for each other by presenting flowers, offering confectionery, and sending greeting cards known as Valentines. In Europe, also keys are given to lovers as a romantic symbol and an invitation to unlock the giver's heart, as well as the children, in order to ward off epilepsy, called Saint Valentine's malady. Valentine's Day symbols that are used today include the heart-shaped outline, doves, and the figure of winged Cupid. Oh,
You see something that we just read right over, but you got to realize something. What they do is they use the little kids. You little kids, you kids being first, second grade, they start giving them a little homework assignment, draw hearts. Yeah, they catching them from there. Give you little candies they throw out, little heart candies.
Yeah, the little heart candies with little scribes, be my Valentine.
Be my Valentines.
All that stuff.
I heart you and stuff. And the people that they mainly get, the little boys, they want the candy.
Oh yeah.
They just simple. The little girls, they really on for the love stuff.
Right.
They writing little love letters, little notes. I'm gonna have me a Valentine's. Who's your Valentine, girl? Craig right there.
Right.
I'll get him. Craig don't care about you. He just want candy.
Right.
And they pass out the little candy bags to everybody.
Yeah.
And then everybody get their little candy bags, and then you look up and it's got, who gave you a bag? Oh, she did. Oh, she liked you. And then the little boy's like, ugh. I don't like her, she ugly. Boy, that's the worst thing you can do is mess with the little tiger rose at that young age. They're just brutally honest. They ain't cared about you like that until the teenage level.
Right.
Then the teenage level, they're gonna lie to you. You might still be ugly. Somebody's still gonna lie to you. You're the greatest in the world.
Right.
Here's the Valentines.
Hey, look. You said you the greatest in the world. Can I hold some? Because hey, that's how they roll.
I'm not gonna keep it G real today, but but at the end of the day, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's so much things happening that in this little segment right here, judgment's gonna go out, y'all. And it's different type of judgments. All right, one judgment gonna be somebody gonna want to be a Valentine's, and they gonna go out to do anything for love, sucker for love, and it mainly catch them ladies. Just go out there. You don't have a Valentine's this year? No, I'm my own Valentine's. Come with me to the party. You bring your simple behind over there to the party, and you see somebody in there. He's don't have a Valentine's either because he's simple. I got two simple people in there talking about we deserve each other. Gosh, recipe for disaster. Then they go out and because it's Valentine's Day, you want to basically it's lust day,
right?
Because you're going, oh, you know what? I need somebody in my bed for Valentine's Day. It's not Valentine's Day. I don't have that. Then you going on and tangle up, and next minute you know, about 2.5 months, you getting a phone call talking about I'm having morning sickness.
Or it's even worse.
Or it could be even worse. Deuteronomy 28.
61.
Or it could be even worse. It could be even worse. I don't know which one is worse.
Right.
I don't know which one. I'm not going to be the judge on which one is worse.
Right. But
both of them are judgment. If she's going morning sickness, now she's about to have a baby, you hit.
Yep.
All y'all hit. But also, Deuteronomy 28. 61.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
And she wakes up in the morning and all of a sudden, her bed sheet spells out death. You're going, what? What just happened? I'm a good person. All I wanted to do was love somebody. Oh yeah, is that right? You got your love now. Now you got to be in love with that doctor. And he wants money. But 1 Corinthians 7, start at verse 1. If you have scriptures, you can balance out everything. You can escape it.
Yep.
All right? You can escape it. If you don't, my goodness. If you can't escape, this is the valley of the shadow of death. You have to escape it. Now, what should be happening is the younger women should be able to go to the older women and get advice, but the generations have failed. So you might go to Big Mama. She gonna tell you this, get all this money while you can. Maud, I don't care what you call her, Mama D, Maud, Baby, who cares? She gonna give you wrong advice because it ain't scripturally sound. She gonna tell you Christianity. God has someone for everybody, baby. He might be your someone. Give him a chance. Big Mama, you don't see he's the devil? Somebody in the truth's doing that. Somebody in the truth going, man, nah, don't listen to her.
Right.
And then he gets demonized. You don't respect your grandmother. You don't respect anybody here. You constantly reading the Bible like you holy.
Right.
Oh, okay. 1 Corinthians 7:1.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me.
Come on.
It is good for a man not to touch a woman.
Whoa. Man, what is he talking about? Because a lot of us wouldn't be here.
No, that's right.
He says good for a man not to touch a woman. Read the next verse, clear them up. Somebody got nervous, like, what? You little single Tiger Rose?
Verse 2.
Come on.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication.
That's why. Because outside of marriage is considered fornication, man. And remember, the Most High will judge that thing. Fornication gets judged quick. Either the judgment's going to be you tangled up on this crazy little holiday that they call Valentine's Day, and you want to be somebody's Valentine's, and you done tangled up, and now either the judgment going to be the baby, or you got a disease, or even worse, there's one more thing that's very worse than all of it. You can actually be deceived in love. You can have the plague of the heart.
You know something? I don't know if anybody remember the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Remember what Della Reese told him? He said, you keep on playing around. She told him, she said, that one night of happiness or pleasure, whatever you want to call it, can be a lifetime full of pain. So, that's another thing. When you're going through stuff like that, it can get real crazy. Crazy deranged.
Well, you could be the person who, is really at the very much most thinking that you're going to make happiness, and you can be build the whole future with somebody for a crisp 12 years and then find out that he have bodies in the basement. It's happened. It's happened. It's all kind of weird things that's going to happen because you're outside the scriptures. You don't see that? By this time, you should only be able to look and understand, hey, if we are outside the scriptures, all kind of chaos can happen. But Paul is saying, read again, Yamir.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
What that mean? Beto, what that mean?
This means don't be promiscuous. Get your own man. Get your own wife. Get your own wife. If it's on you to, want to.
Because the reason why I was almost about to buck dance up here on you, because these ladies don't have to find nobody. They supposed to just sit back and be pretty, and you chill and be patient, and then the Most High send that righteous person to you. The man got to find a wife. That's the problem now. Ladies trying to find husbands. You all on wife swap. You on what the super show is? Super show is Bachelorette. Yeah. Got a bunch of dummies standing up there talking about choose me.
Like an auction block.
It's real weird. You got another show that was like, I'm getting married today.
Right.
Excuse me?
Right.
This is like Marriage at First Sight or something. Keep playing games.
That's a reality show. It's called Marriage at First Sight. That's what it's called. Unbelievable.
End up with somebody that eat people.
Yeah, really eat your heart out.
Gosh. The point goes is they're still, you don't really see that they're out of order. So, but of course, let me back up because they started them at a young age. So you talking about here's a Valentine cards, they making cards and stuff, putting little hearts on it, passing it out. I hope, what you making a card? Because as you get older, your mind all screwed up now because you just been indoctrinated. I'm gonna give this card to Kamisha. Who you mean, Big Kamisha with the big shoulders? Yeah, you think I got a shot? Yeah, you got a shot. Yeah, keep going. Bethel.
So how would a sister know when the man is for her set from the Most High?
Because either her father or the elders or her brother or somebody that's righteous, that knows the Most High, will pass them on. People don't like that though. Ladies don't like, ooh, that's so taboo. I gotta pick my own husband. Okay, good luck. 9 times out of 10. Okay, good luck. Good luck for you on that. Good luck. Because your father or your brother or somebody who's righteous that's in your life supposed to be like, you know what, you gotta go through me, buddy. He might have to go through and say, okay, what you gotta do? It may be a situation where you have a mother that's in the truth and her son's in the truth. You think that man gotta go through?
So?
Of course. You're not getting around that. We're gonna haggle you to death. But the reason why it's supposed to be righteous, I'm gonna just be honest with you in situations. If you are a woman and you get a husband, he's outside the congregation. We don't know what doctrine you have, but you're commanded to learn from your husband.
You gotta go with him.
You gotta go with that man.
Got to.
We're not gonna hesitate. We're gonna say, ma'am, congratulations, you just married a psychopath.
Right.
But you must go learn with him. Goodbye.
Right.
You're not gonna make us get out of order. Who you thinking about? Go learn with that crazy person. Do not you can email me on that one. I would accept emails. But at the end of the day, guess what? It's the truth. You're supposed to learn from your husband. And that's why marriage is a very, very serious thing. You get married, sometimes you think you know a person, but it might take 7 years for it really to come out. The little quirks. Some brothers to say, man, I'm having problems with my marriage. Well, what's going on? She's so angry. Why? Because I don't put the toilet seat down. That was a huge problem. You do it one more time, you keep doing it. I don't see it a problem at all, but it was a problem for her. Somebody might be like, she keep pulling the covers off me. So the rest of the bros might be like, well, just get a bigger sheet, damn it. Split up bed like Ricky and Lucy Ricardo. Then you see Ricky and Lucy had separate beds. Take care of the situation. Some people can't handle it like that, so guess what? It becomes a problem, and what it comes is a war of roses. It's a war of roses. When you get into the war of roses, it's a wrap. Because now it's going to turn bad.
Hey man, we showing the age on that one. What a road. For y'all don't know what War of the Roses was?
You go watch
They were
it.
off the chain.
We're gonna tell our grandchildren.
Barbara and Oliver Rose.
Wait a minute, wait, what's your name?
Barbara!
They met great.
I love the rain.
God, I love it too.
They agreed on that.
Were you happy?
I'm more than happy. I'm married.
This house is so beautiful. And we live here.
House, car, boy, girl, puppy, kitty. The poor bastards never had a chance.
Your crystal is lovely.
Baccarat.
I didn't know anything about this before I met Oliver. My mother bought her glasses at the A&P, you know, the kind with the raised...
It always starts with the little things.
And that phony laugh.
All right, maybe overdid it.
Let me have it.
If love is blind,
Now I got you.
marriage is like having a stroke.
When I watch you eat, when I look at you lately, I just want to smash your face in.
Smash my face.
I want a divorce.
You can't have one.
When a couple starts keeping score, there is no winning. It's only degrees of losing.
I am the one who found this house. I bought everything in it.
With my money. It's a lot easier to spend than it is to make it, honey bun.
You might not have made it if not for me, sweet cakes.
Never underestimate her as an adversary. Don't even talk to her, bitch.
Go.
Filth. The yellow areas are mine. The red areas are hers.
This seems rational to you both?
I got more square footage.
These people are going to hurt each other.
Get out of the car, hon.
And when trouble begins, it comes at you from directions you'd never expect.
We haven't passed any point of no return.
I have.
I'm sorry. I thought you were Barbara.
Michael Douglas.
Nobody who makes pate this good can be all bad.
Kathleen Turner.
That depends on what the pate is made of.
And Danny DeVito.
Sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it?
The War of the Roses.
It's all the little younger people in here. They going, "What are roses?"
What a Roses, yeah. Google it.
What is the elder talking about?
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Get out.
You will see what he's talking about.
Anyway, Numbers chapter 14. There's proper orders. You don't supposed to be looking for no Valentines at 10 years old. What you thinking about? Numbers chapter 14 and verse 21.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 21. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
What did the Lord say?
But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord.
So you ain't gonna get around these laws. Read.
Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice.
Come on.
Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers.
So in the wilderness, God is now saying, because you got these rebellious Israelites who want to lust and do after everything they want to do, you ain't getting in to see the land. Basically, this translates to today, you ain't getting the kingdom. Read on.
Neither shall any of them that provoke me see it, but my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him.
So at this time, you had some brothers that was real powerful, trusted in the Most High, like my servant Caleb. He said he had another spirit with him. What spirit was that?
Right.
Exactly. Read.
And have followed me fully. Him will I bring into the land where until he wept.
See, he ain't say he followed me partially. Because a lot of y'all on these little funny little holidays, for some reason, all the excuses come up. I'm going to tell you right now, you want that turkey. So what happens is, you know, you get the, you know, yo, I got to go. What's going on? The plumbing bust at my mom and them house. They need me to fix it. Right? know you know how to plumb. Well, I don't know how to do it. Let me look it up on YouTube. Okie dokie. Just so happened that the plumbing busted is Thanksgiving. On a Thursday. Last Thursday. You leaving Monday. You're going to spend a week in a house that don't have plumbing. You're going to spend a week there. Zippity doo-dah. You think we're stupid. Oh, keep going.
And his seed shall possess it.
Come on.
Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley.
Come on.
Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea.
Pay attention, come on.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation?
This evil congregation, man. You got we said it last night, man. You got in this nation, some of the most evilest people that you will ever meet. Just evil. You can look in their eyes and see it. I don't know if you ever been. We have the luxury of having to travel this God-forsaken land, right? And up and down and look in people's eyes. And you ever seen and look in some people's eyes that you can just understand that they have so much built up evil in them. They ain't nothing you can do is just they just evil. The man walked right past us. We were in Chicago. Say, hey man, everything's for you, man. Here, take this flyer. He looking like, man, hissing and junk. I'm good. I watched him all the way to us. Oh, he's right. That's good. Time and chance. Watched him all the way. He passed up our camp. We had another camp across the street. Just in case you might get change your mind. Maybe, perhaps. He passed them up. Go stand in the little bus booth. And Most High sent a death angel on him and had him stabbed up right there. Right in front of the camp. Stabbed him up. All of a sudden, ambulance coming, everybody. He stabbed up. I told brother, I said, man, don't even film him. We did catch some glimpses, but I said, no, don't even film it. But this nation has evil people, man. That's why we need the scriptures. All right. The Valentine's Day, that's evil day too, because let me tell you, you little young sisters, them boys don't care nothing about you. Nah, if they did, it'll be a whole different level. They'll be like, you know what? Let me meet whoever I gotta meet. I'm gonna be honorable. You know. But somehow you fall for it because you're young. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14 and verse 27. How long shall I bear with this evil congregation?
Come on.
Which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel.
Come on.
Which they murmur against me. Say unto them, as truly as I live, saith the Lord, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you.
Come on.
Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness.
He said, your carcasses, your dead bodies are going to fall in this wilderness. Read.
And all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upwards, which have murmured against me.
So he said, what the Lord is saying, everybody 20 years old and above, you going to die. Ooh. Thus saith the Lord God. You better believe it's going to happen. Read.
Verse 30. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein.
Come on.
Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little one.
But what?
But your little one.
But your little ones. Read.
Which ye said should be a prey.
So what is the little ones? Everybody underneath 20. You're considered a little one. You don't know nothing. You gotta learn. That's the problem with the little kids today. You tell them they gotta learn. Oh, I already know this. I already know. Okay, you know. You think you know, huh? All right. That's why they consistently getting conked on their heads left and right. But they know. The Lord said everybody underneath 20, call them what, Ymir?
little ones.
Come on.
Which ye said should be a prey. Them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised.
So the proper age to even have a discernment in your mind to go, okay, we're going to try to start a family. You better make sure you're over 20. You shouldn't even be underneath that talking about, you know what, I want to start a family. Now, I get it. With the little girls, it's something very special in the inside of their minds. Some kind of device in there. From their minds, start thinking, oh, you know what, I want a family. They know how to deal with dolls. They brushing the little doll's hair, plaiting it up and stuff, all kind of stuff. That's why it's so important for the older women, the mothers, to groom them up. Yeah, you're doing all this, but just know this much. Your daddy don't like nobody. Congratulations. He don't like nobody. So you just gonna be practicing a hell of a long time. They say it's not fair. It's not up to you. It is not up to you. It's up to thus saith the Lord God. We're just saying the righteous order. If you want this nation to come back to righteous order, you ain't gonna have the father-in-law going, you know what, I can't stand that dude. Man, he come over this house one more time. Watch what's gonna happen. And you don't know the rage until you see like the rage of a man when you're dealing with his family. That has caused people to die, sir. People has lost their lives behind that. Remember the man said the girl came back to him, it was a couple years back, she went on a date. The daddy was like, oh, date? You let my daughter go on a date? What's going on? So she came back. Dude brought her back early and everything. Said, well, sit down right here. What did y'all do? She said, well, he just whispered in my ears. He took a 2x4 and cracked dude over the head. Just for whispering in his daughter's ears. You gotta realize everybody's not dealing on the same levels. That's why things have to be done in order.
You know something?
He lucky he ain't take the 44 out.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the Dirty Harry special. Go ahead and make my day. I'm gonna make yours. Let me say this though. I want to make a quick understanding too. When the elder pulled out about that scripture about the little ones, this is what we have to keep in mind. A lot of stuff is even being pushed in Israel, y'all. What we know is, let's go to the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 5. I'm gonna show you something. See, you got people pushing this, man. And this holiday, and we just still on the same topic, this holiday or holiday is a lie day. What it does is actually pushing this. And people need to pay attention because remember, the age of a man or a woman is 20, right? As we know, because if you under that age, you a little one. So Colossians 3 and 5 for a second.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 5.
Right.
Mortify therefore your members.
Now when it says mortify your members, everybody know what that means. It means to deaden your sins. You know, because you know a lot of people have that in them. They have these members that we're about to name in them, right? Read.
Which are upon the earth.
Upon the earth, those spirits are lurking around. Even in Israel, it's going on. People are pushing this now. Read on.
Fornication.
As we know, we just talked about it. Fornication outside of marriage, having sex outside of marriage. Okay, read on.
Uncleanness.
Unclean is still dealing with the sexual lust. Because it's still being unclean, certain things you do within fornication. Read on.
Inordinate affection.
That's what I wanted. What is inordinate affection? I'm going to ask, now, what's inordinate affection, brother? What is inordinate affection? Because a lot of stuff goes on even on Valentine's Day.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless. Inordinate affection would be like how everybody like now is going crazy about these sex dolls.
Okay.
It's
I knew it was gonna come up.
We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming.
It was coming. I took him in the back. I said, man, soon you hit Colossians 3, somebody gonna bring them sex dolls out.
Okay, so you said basically.
Right. It's it's dealing. It's basically a crime against marriage. Like dealing with those dolls and how people will have different objects and just being lewd. Very the scripture say lascivious.
Right. Well, one thing about it is intent. Right. When you're dealing with, like, you know, let's say you're dealing with a situation like that, it's intent when you're dealing with those type of things. You know, we don't know what people deal with, what people struggle with. That's something we couldn't really judge. But like, I understand what you're saying. If you're putting that over your wife, whatever, that's when it's going to become inordinate affection. But also another thing that's being pushed to y'all, a lot of people don't notice, is pedophilia. Right.
Marif, I'm glad you see. Jameer, go back to the website.
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that.
It's pedophilia. That's a affection that's out of order.
You gonna see where it comes from, because who's always painting little pale skinned tiny little boys and naked and all that other stuff and putting them out there? Who's painting these images? Who's doing this? Who is doing that, man? Who's painting little naked babies and putting them in the air, flying around and stuff?
With wings. Yeah.
I was about to say something, but I just rewind that whole thought in my mind. Read them, Yamir.
All these things our people do.
Go to profane love and erotic art.
Profane love and erotic art. Pedophilia. Imagine living in a time when the intellectual, sophisticated milieu of Renaissance Rome, as well as other parts of Europe, consisted of lewd decadence. Painting of that time period are filled with naked boys, clean-shaven, naked men, and women who look like men sleeping with animals, and orgies with pools of filth. Leave this world to the wicked, and there isn't anything they won't do. This was the spirit brought in when Edomites claimed out of the pit of the dark ages. The scriptures highlights the forefather of Edom and his lust for indulgence. Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. This very indulgence is shown today in the lust of their minds, which is passed down from generation to generation. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies.
Read on.
While the customs of sending cards, flowers, chocolates, and other gifts originated in the UK, Valentine's Day still remains connected with various regional customs in England. In Norfolk, a character called Jack Valentine.
Now here come this creepy character. A character called Jack Valentine.
Jack Valentine knocks on the rear door of the houses, leaving sweets and presents for children.
That don't even sound right. You knocking on strange folks' doors, leaving little chocolates for children?
Back porch.
Although he was leaving treats, many children were scared of this mystical person.
I bet you they was.
Which spread a sense of pedophilia, strange love, Lolita.
Lolita.
Those same lewd spirits of aforementioned are back and pushing to legalize child pedophilia in America, aka Babylon the Great.
So, why is this so important? Why is this information so important? Because you're living in the same time period. You're living in a time frame where they're still doing this. What do they call this? Okay, you got pedophilia going out there. They're making these little dolls. What do you call it? No, not you, Bethel. You're not even in this topic right now. They doing pornos. A lot of you brothers who are suffering from the mental. It's kind of a mental disruption, which is called pornos. But the root word of porno is fornication is what? Porneia or pornos, what is it? Okay. Which translates to fornication, right? Okay. It's really a mental disorder. It's mental. And a lot of brothers suffer from this mental disorder called porno. You have a pornographic mind. And what happens is, where a normal situation, what should happen is your wife's supposed to cure lust. That's why when you start reading it, say it's better to marry than to burn. because your wife's supposed to cure lust. But now you have people just making these dolls. We had an hour and 45-minute conversation with this thing. Like, okay, yeah, you got these dolls making them. Well, it's not just regular dolls no more, isn't it?
Nope.
They communicating, they doing all kinds. Yeah, this is next gen. They have made it so that you can be like, okay, shoot, I choose my dog because over her because my dog don't talk that much. I can click her off, she can speak, or I can shut it off. See, this is what's really, yo, let me say this. Pay attention, let me say this. When there has wickedness in the world, you better know what it is so that you can warn somebody. All right? This is a problem that we have within our society. Our people are at the front, they're at the front line of doing this. Who you think they experiment with this stuff on? All right? When you go into little dollar stores and junk, they got little candies with little naked babies on it and all kind of stuff, man. All right? What this is called is let me exploit and make money off of your lust. Well, go back to Colossians 3. Now we have to really realize something. For the older, stable men, it's your responsibility to be that man. For the older women, that you have to have enough validity and enough credibility that the younger women can go to you and just be honest. That's your job. Well, we're not doing that in the community, man. Read.
In the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence.
Anybody know what evil concupiscence is? Right, like what? Never mind, Nathaniel. you sure know a lot about this, and aren't you single? I'm gonna hit somebody. I'm gonna get you.
Does anyone evil concubine?
They had a movie. They had a movie out. What's the name of the movie? It was with the S. It was about it was a weird movie.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, it was a movie. It's called, what's it called again, Bethel?
50 Shades of Grey.
It was showing you the deviant mind behind, people who have concupiscence.
Right.
All right, it's an adult movie, so I mean, I don't say all the movies now are pornographic.
Yeah, man.
For some reason.
Yeah, man.
You can't even sit down at a good movie and just watch it normally without all this stuff coming up. That's crazy. All right. But anyway, some people are so, you know what is, you want to know something else? What we have been taught about how somebody's male and female, the Israelite man and Israelite woman supposed to be dealing with each other. We've been taught all wrong, and therefore it's made you very uncomfortable. Because you don't have the inkling of what the Most High set up. That's the problem. So we have to relearn everything all over again. So now you have all these mistakes out here that people have done, everything that's happened. Because we ain't going by the book, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 1. Moreover, brethren, would not that ye should be ignorant?
I would not that you should be ignorant. Don't be ignorant. Who in the scripture suffered from lust? J. Judah. Excuse me, sir? How you know that? Oh, and that shows you he was struggling with it?
Maybe, I don't know what told me, but I can't.
You're right. You're right. You said Paul was in the corner balled up somewhere?
Yo, what? Hey, man, where you get that from?
Talking about David. He talking about David.
Back then, like, it was all over the place. Like,
Sir, you're good. What'd you say? Solomon, that's another one. Struggling with lust.
His father, David. Big time.
Is there, who else? Samson? Is there a pattern forming here? Is there a pattern forming here?
mighty men.
You got mighty men falling to lust. What is lust? What is lust? Michael Jordan.
Strong desire.
Which is called what? I'm looking for the word.
You gave
Give me Exodus 20. Covetousness. That's all lust is. Yeah, he was like covetousness. We coming back. Exodus 20. Exodus 20. Unbelievable. Verse 17.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Read it again.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass.
That's a donkey.
Nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Some of y'all. I'm not even touching that. At the end of the day, being covetous is having a strong desire, like you said, for something that is not yours. And that's called lust. All right? That's why Paul was like, he would not have known lust except Ezra. By covetousness. Back to 1 Corinthians 10.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant.
Come on.
How that all our fathers were under the cloud and are passed through the sea. And
come on.
And were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Come on.
And did all eat the same spiritual meat. And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
Come on.
For they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them. And that rock was Christ.
All the way back then. Come on.
But with many of them, God was not well pleased.
We read about that in Numbers, right? But with many of them, God was not pleased. Come on.
For they were overthrown in the wilderness.
They were overthrown in the wilderness. You got to realize something. That play on love, we just, I'm all about love. And I get it. Some of y'all is just in the mind state of, remember that little cartoon, Pepe Le Pew?
Oh, my God.
All he wanted to do is chase that skunk around and kiss her.
No, he was the skunk, she was the cat. That's why they called him Pepe Le Pew.
Painted the little skunk, painted her like a skunk color.
Right. And she kept trying to get away with him, get away from him through the whole cartoon. But he just kept on being persistent.
He just wanted to kiss her.
Right.
Read on.
Verse 6. Now these things were our examples.
Come on.
To the intent we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted.
So, you know, in the wilderness, man, they set up the stumbling blocks. They put the women on them. The men started lusting after the other nations and all things was happening. You in the wilderness now. And what's happening? First time the brother get his little check, here come the white woman. She's his Valentine. And he doing all kind of lewd things. Big time. Until he start running out of money. Oh, she's gone to the next ball player. All right. But to get money and to go, okay, I'm gonna mess with this other nation, that's lusting after evil things. Because God didn't tell us to do that. He told you who we should deal with and how we should deal with them. All right. Oh, somebody just don't like that either. Because the people won't feel included. So God said deal with your own nation. Now what? I have no problems with these skinheads or anybody like that. Stay to yourself. All right. Take your Yosemite Sam pickup truck, right, and drive it 100 miles per hour and off the guardrail. Right. Congratulations. The point for us is we're the nation that's out of order. You have to come back to following this book. This book has nothing to do with none of these pagan holidays. The Valentine's Day, oh my gosh. Somebody gonna get shot. Oh, you mark it. Okay, we'll see. Let's see how it's gonna turn out. Somebody gonna get shot. A couple folks gonna come up pregnant. Somebody gonna have a disease. Had a lady walking around, her whole mission was to give every man she saw AIDS. That was her mission. So she was catching anybody who was out there, she was catching them. Straight judgment was happening.
Hey, you know what, Elder? Let me say this. A lot of this gonna go on too, y'all. You're gonna turn the page in the paper. You're gonna see some on the news. When you go to Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 32, you're gonna see this, and you're gonna see the aftermath too. A lot of this stuff gonna go on so-called Valentine's Day. See, because remember, you know, when lust, like the elder bring it out, when lust grips you, your understanding leaves you. So the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 32.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
That's what happens, because the scriptures leave you. Especially if you was in the world, you know what I'm talking about. When people start doing these type of things, then your understanding, it leaves you, right? Read on.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Now how's he going to destroy that soul? Check this out. Keep reading.
A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away.
Reproach is ridicule, because if you known as an adulterer, you out here doing wickedness, you start running around here creeping. They say creeping, that's what they say. Read on.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Now, when that dude gets jealous, he finds out that you messing with something that someone is his. Let's find out what happens. Read on.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
You can't talk this dude down, because when that jealousy get that dude on so-called Valentine's Day, you cannot sit there and bargain with this cat, because in his mind, he's thinking, wait a minute, you disrespected me, right? But go to verse 35, though.
He will not regard any ransom.
Oh, you can't buy your way out of this, bro. You ain't gonna buy your way out of this. Because the way he sees it, no. Ain't no gift gonna be able to get you out of this, what you just did on your so-called Valentine's Day. Read on.
Neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts.
Oh, you can give him all kinds of gifts. Oh, man, I give you my Rolex. Man, I give you anything. No, No, it's the principle, bro. It's the principle what you did on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's how some of y'all, even the ladies, man, they got, you know what type of man that you have because they walking down, you prancing and all kind of junk, and somebody looks and say, "You looking at my woman, punk?" Then the lady go, "Come on, no, don't do this." No, you really like him to go off the chain like that, but gonna do it to the wrong person. There's always somebody out there that's ready to snap. They at the brink of everything. They going, it's a train crash coming. She's walking up the block, you got you dressed all out of order. You walking towards them, you got a brute beast with you because you ain't let your daddy pick him. You picked him on your own. You found him, y'all was go-go dancing. Now he's walking up the streets, and he's a brute beast. He got a tight shirt on, a little toddler on. And he walking this way, and you don't know the death angel walking towards you. The man walking towards you is going, one more person. I just want one more person to do X, Y, and Z, and this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And the next minute you know, you walk up on him and he look, you think he looking at your your little old lady. Yeah, your tenderoni. Next minute you know, body's on the floor. Why? Everybody's out of order, man. So back to First Corinthians.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 7. Neither be you idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play.
That's all Israel want to do is play. We ain't playing, man. We in dire straits right now. Come on.
Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed and fell in one day, 23,000.
Whoa. Come on.
Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents.
Wow. Neither let us tempt Christ, because you tempt Christ now, what you doing? You ultimately now playing with your whole life. That's why it's good to just abstain from anything. Like, you got these brothers. I gotta hit this scripture. Wisdom of Solomon. I gotta hit it for the dolls, because there was too many inboxes about this thing, man. Your little Valentine's love doll. You know the person I'm about to ask a question to. And the person I'm going to ask it to, it may be seeming crazy. Bethel. Dang, I know I might regret this. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Start verse 24.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 24.
Come on.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously and grieved him by adultery.
Come on.
So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good terms, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness.
So if a person is married, can they have one of the dolls, Bethel?
I would imagine that they could, depending on the situation. Maybe brother lost his penis or something like that.
Prove me right.
I mean, no, because
Bethel,
I
thought you was gonna redeem yourself.
I know.
For all you little children watching on camera, turn that part off. Read verse 27, sir.
Verse 27. For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Because somebody you can make anything an idol. Read on.
Verse 28. For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesied lies, or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves.
Read.
For insomuch as their trust is in idols.
Insomuch as their trust is in idols, read.
Which have no life.
Which what?
Which have no life.
Does a doll have life? No, it doesn't. You trusting in a doll to bring some type of satisfaction when the Most High told you what was satisfaction for you. So the righteous thing, we cannot, like we were saying, you can't jump. Nobody gonna jump in your closet and junk and be like, yo, man, he got a 6'2", Latino doll sitting in his closet or something. Rubber doll. I mean, y'all think you would be out of order if it was an Edomite doll in your closet.
She got a hair wrap on.
Listen. You have mothers. We have mothers in here. You need to talk to some of these. We got the mothers sitting right back there. You need to talk to some of these guys.
Damn, ain't buddy.
Let me say that. Read it again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 29. For insomuch as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt.
So, man, this is crushing anybody who thinks that they want a love doll. Go get you a real woman. Do it lawfully too. You gotta do it lawfully. Well, no, Bethel, no. We're not taking no more questions. Back to 1 Corinthians. I keep giving, I'm applying the scriptures. I keep giving him time after chance. Akim, what's going on? I done gave him 3 times. Okay, go ahead, Beth. I'll give you. Gosh.
Say somebody got.
No, you don't tell the mic, Jay.
What if somebody get mangled and they lose, like, say,
yeah, we cannot
judge
people,
that. Okay.
We cannot judge that.
So then in certain situations.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we cannot judge. We cannot. Nobody's jumping in your closet going, let me see if you got African bombardment going on. We don't know. But at the end of the day, what we're saying is the intent of anything that's outside the scriptures is the intent. It's wickedness when you have intent. That's where the wickedness is at. If you do not understand that, you email me or you give me a call off the platform and I will promise you I'm going to go in all the way on you. I'll say it. It's intent. That will be the problem. All right. Back to 1 Corinthians chapter 10. We're about to be done. Told you. It was real easy.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 9. Neither let us tempt Christ, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents.
Who was destroyed of serpents? John chapter 3. John chapter 3. Verse 14.
The book of St. John chapter 3 and verse 14. As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Sir, Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness to the children of Israel because they was the ones being bitten by the snakes. So Christ is making a comparison. just because they was wicked and the Lord was putting them to death by those snakes, and he told Moses to take that brazen serpent, that fiery serpent, and put it on a pole, that anybody look upon it, they could get straight and they could be saved from death. Anyone look upon it, right? Who was only getting bit?
Israel.
The Israelites. So any of the Israelites that look upon Christ, you're going to be saved if you have that righteousness. Remember, he's known as the righteous. Read.
Verse 15. That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
Yep. That whosoever, sir, means whosoever of Israel. You so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, whose fathers of Negroid and Indian descent, you're the Israelites. You're the one that all type of things is being practiced on. We was just talking about in the car. One of them years it snowed, and I said, man, let me get this snow. I ain't believe it. Somebody called me up and said, yo, the snow burns. I said, man, you been smoking crack or something? What are you talking about? Snow burns. He said, go outside, man. You ain't gonna never believe what I'm telling you. I said, okay. I went outside, grabbed a handful of snow, took the lighter, and burned it, and the snow burned. Snow burned. Man, what kind of snow burn? That happened out here. I said, man, what? This is not possible. I don't know. I think I called Raphael. I said, Raphael, I'm about to make a video of this because you're not going to believe this. He said, what's going on? I said, man, I just lit the snow on fire, man. Burn.
I couldn't believe it.
He was like, get out of here.
I was like, yo, I couldn't believe it, man. He showed that video and it was crazy because it was a lot of snow. When he lit that bad boy on fire,
it burned like
it burned like charcoal.
Turned to like charcoal.
It burned.
Turned black.
Yep, turned black. Look, for y'all who don't believe, I might have the video somewhere. Find it, and I'll tag it to this video. But the point is, there's a point behind this. So many things are being practiced on our people. All right, including these wicked days to put your mind in delusion, to get you to go out there and do all kind of things in the name of love.
And they'll use our prominent entertainers. They'll use people that we follow to push this stuff, man.
Oh yeah, man, you're gonna have right now. It was on the radio. Got concerts going on.
Yep.
Come to Love Fest. Playing Keith Sweat. Baby. I ain't gonna sing for you. I'm not singing, mother. I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, they use that, and then somebody gonna go out there and buy Keith Sweat tickets for somebody else's girl. And all it's gonna take is one little bear or whatever. He forgot to put that up. And you know, ladies is like bloodhounds. They can sense that stuff because you got higher sensories. And bam, now you in auto. Now you into Mr. Chaos. Let's go to Psalms chapter 52. No, 51. Psalm 51. And verse 19, and then read 52 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 51, and verse 19. Thou shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, which burnt offering and whole burnt offerings. Then shall they offer bullocks upon thy altar.
When you really understand animal sacrifice, it was supposed to be something that can make you be purged of sin. Never worked because the wicked Israelites always kept sin in their minds. Now you have Christ. You're supposed to purge of that. You're supposed to go, okay, the Lord never did these things. I'm going to follow him. And I don't even have to sacrifice. Beautiful. 52 and 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 52 and verse 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually.
Man, the Lord should have killed us a long time ago for participating in mischiefs. A lot of different mischiefs we participated in, and that should not have been. But because of ignorance, we did it. We just followed. Nobody never questioned Valentine's Day. It's just something the world did, and you went about doing it. Oh, I'm gonna get my little pink hearts and purple. What's it called? Magenta. You got all these. Is it gonna call them Nathan? You did Valentine's?
You know something?
Some of y'all ladies know what I'm talking about.
You know something? And this is what happened to me before I came to truth, y'all. And I never understood this. For 3 years straight, on so-called Valentine's Day, I was getting judged. I got into a car accident one year. I got into a doggone, what happened? My car broke down to get towed all the way back 100 miles home. All this stuff kept happening on Valentine's Day, and I never understood why. But now I understand why. Because it was wicked as I don't know what, all get out. You know what I'm saying? So for 3 years straight, I never understood why. But them 3 years, I just kept getting hit. Didn't understand why. It was amazing.
Man, Most High tap your jaw real quick, like, man, come out of madness. All right. The point is, all right, for y'all, this is a warning. If you are planning on doing Valentine's Day, run. Don't do it. Because the Most High can open up judgment. And you see it might not happen right now. You might not see it. But I guarantee it's coming. And it'll be rightfully so, because if you do Valentine's Day, you're the dummy. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
With that, we give all praises to the Most High in Christ for allowing us to teach the scriptures. With that, we say shalom to you, Israel. Shalom.